The views and opinions expressed during this program are entirely those of the show's hosts and do not necessarily reflect those of Rude Rangers Entertainment, its investors, management, advertisers, or staff. Don't sue us, y'all. We don't have any money.
Hey, love bugs, it's Yvonne, the Motivator, man, and I'm so glad we're back together again this week. Listen, summer is here. If you're on the East Coast, we are hot as hell. There's a little man that has his control on the thermostat, and somebody done did something to him because he must be mad because this heat is crazy. But I want to talk to you today about time and time management and how important it is to manage your time for you to be successful. So I hear, a lot of people say, "Oh, I wish I had more time in a day." My question is, to do what? You ain't did nothing with the 24 you had. So if I give you 24 more, what are you going to do? The same thing, nothing. I hear people say, well, you have the same 24 hours that Les Brown has and Tony Roberts and Ayanna Van Zant and Oprah Winfrey. And they're right. And then I have people that come back and say, yeah, well, you don't have their money because their money attached to their time makes their time different. Either way, you have 24 hours. Now I'm going to break down 24 hours to you, and you will see how you do have time. So 24 hours. 8 of those hours you sleep. I'm correct. Some of you may sleep less, some may sleep more, but we're going to go on an 8-hour period. So you sleep for 8 hours. You work for 8 hours. Whether you take an hour lunch and it's 7 hours, or you're working part-time, it's 4.5, whatever, we're going to work on an 8-hour work day. So now that's 16 hours out of your day that you really have no control over because you have to sleep. That's the only way you regenerate your body. And you have to work. If you say you don't have to work, good, then this is not for you. You could turn me off right now. But if you are like me and you have to work, then this may be something you want to listen to. So we have 8 hours sleeping, 8 hours working, and that leaves 8 hours left. So what do you do with it? 1 hour, let's say you're preparing yourself and you're going to work. That's 1 hour. Another hour is you coming home from work. So that's 2 hours out of those 8 hours gone. So you have 6 hours. Am I correct? Y'all following me? Good. So now that you're home and you have 6 hours, you have an hour to prepare for dinner. You have an hour to prepare for tomorrow. So that's 2 hours away from your 6, and now you have 4. Out of those 4 hours, 1 hour is for you to family, friends, children, whatever. And then you have 3 hours left. What do you do with those 3 hours? Some of us take the whole 4 hours and we watch television. And then our day is done. Some of us may take an hour, one of those hours of those 3 hours and go to the gym. Okay. You may take more time watching television. You may take more time on the phone. You may take more time with your children. You have schoolwork. As a student, you may take more time with your studies. You have those 3 hours. And so let's just give 1 hour up to something else that needed more time. So basically, you're left with 2 solid hours of time you can use for anything you want to use it for. And that's every day. So if you have a work day, that's 5 days a week. We're going to go on a 5-day work week. So those 2 hours times 5 is 10. And on the weekend, you know that you get back 8 hours, or your 2 days off. You get back 8 hours. So that's 16 hours because you're not working those 8 hours. So you add those 8 hours back into you. So that's 16 hours. So now you have 10 hours from the Monday through Friday. And then you have 16 hours from the 2 days that you're off. So y'all add that up with me. 10 and 16. And that is 26 hours. Am I correct? So you have 26 hours in a week. You give your boss 40. Follow me. So if you have 26 hours every week, and there's 4 weeks in a month. Are y'all following me? Are y'all following me? Are you seeing? Are you seeing what's going on? You have more time than you think that you have. But yet you yell, I don't have enough time for me. I don't have enough time for self-care. I don't have enough time for my dreams. I don't have enough time for my hobbies. But you have 2 hours every day. You have 10 hours at the end of 5 days. And at the end of 7, you really have 26 hours. I bet you that if you don't feel a little okay, you still get up and go to work. Why? Because you need and want that paycheck. But you will not force yourself to do something for yourself during the day. No time at all. You won't even take 20 minutes to sit down to write on a piece of paper one dream that you have. You won't even give yourself an hour to write down goals so you can make steps to that business. You won't give yourself 1 hour just to think about you and how you would like to work on yourself, what areas you need to. You give yourself to everybody else, but you won't take time for you. And that is very important. How do you think you're going to get anything done that needs to be done if you're not taking time for yourself? And what good are you to anyone else if you're all burned out? Now, recently I was burnt to the limit. I had no resources. The person that's always given out to everyone else had absolutely nothing left, no resources, no reservoir. Nobody was feeding into me. And I was extremely, extremely empty. And I really had to go into prayer, had to read my word. And I just had to take some time to just think about why I had so much anxiety and depression, what I'm going to do the next time to combat that. Because every time I go through that, because I do go through bouts of great anxiety, I have a lot of stress on me. So each time I go through anxiety and depression, I look at how, when I see it coming on, what am I going to do to combat it? How am I going to navigate my way through it so it won't last as long? Because my time is important to me. You know, I have very little of it. You know, I work a full-time job. I'm doing my shows. I have my grandchildren, my daughter, and I have my mom. So I have a lot on my plate. So my time is very, very important, but also my time for myself. Everybody talks about self-care. And there's not one woman that you know that will not say to you from one time to another, I wish I had time for self-care. Well, you know what you need to start doing? You need to purchase a weekly planner that has a calendar in it that starts the month off. So it has those little boxes so you could write stuff in, and then have lines for every day. And you schedule time for yourself every day. I don't care if you just schedule in 20 minutes and you don't do anything but sit in silence, because that's your time and you get to do that. Schedule your mani and your pedi. Instead of, oh my goodness, my nails and my toes look bad, let me just run in here. No, why don't you schedule that on a weekly basis? Call Mei Ling and just schedule 4 appointments all in July for a Saturday at 10 a.m. And let nothing except nothing at all keep you from going to that appointment. Absolutely nothing. I don't care if the house is burning. Get you a glass of water, throw it on the fire, and go get your nails done, because it's very, very important. How you treat yourself is how you will respond to others and how others will respond to you. And you can always tell a person that doesn't take any care for themselves, because people walk all over them. They're the doormats that we tend to abuse and use, because we all do it. We try not to, but sometimes people make it very easy to. So you have to take that time. You have to look at your 2 hours a day. It's really 4, but I'm going to give you some leeway and look at 2 hours a day, whether it's 2 hours in the morning and you want to wake up extra early. You want to wake up at 5 o'clock instead of 7 to get a jump on it. Or whether it's 2 hours at night and you're going to stay up until 11 o'clock to make sure you get some stuff done from 9 to 11. You figure out what's best for you. Some people may take their lunch hour. That's 1 hour. They have lunch with themselves. They take themselves out to lunch and they work on some stuff. And then, they go home and work on some stuff. But take that time. And going back to work, always take your lunch out. Always take your lunch out. Do not eat at your desk. Remove yourself, even if you have to go to another part of the building, because you're paid not to be there. You're paid not to do any work. You're paid just to have a moment outside of that 8-hour shift. And when we come back from break, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about time and how we look at it, how we can use it to our advantage. So you come right back.
Next month, I'll be hosting my 7-day Bold, Fit, and Fabulous Masterclass. There, I'll be sharing tips and strategies that will allow you to begin taking the steps that you need to feel and look bold, fit, and fabulous in and out of the office. Are you ready to reclaim your time? Then visit me at thefitterwoman.com and let's get back to the business of you.
Irby of Long Island Telecom. We are your cellular superstore. We have the best in no-contract cellular on every carrier in the United States. We also do portable MiFi units, home phone service. We could beat your cable company at their own game by providing you very inexpensive TV, and we are a Sirius XM dealer as well. We can create a website for you, give you a special corporate email, and we do credit card processing. 631-833-9679.
It's all about humanity. About humanity. It's all about humanity.
Well, I'm so glad that you decided to come back because I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about your time because I want you to access everything that you can during a day. If I said I was going to give you $84,600 every day, you could do whatever you wanted with it. Unfortunately, you could not save it. If you didn't use it, you lose it. But every day, I will give you $84,600. So you know you have that amount of money. And that's a pretty good chunk of change to be given every day. So you wouldn't say, well, I'm going to go and get me these cheap shoes over here at whatever cheap place you can buy shoes. You would think of, oh, I need some really good shoes, so I'm going to invest. And that's low level stuff. I'm going to buy the car that I want. You can buy it outright with $84,000. Or if you have a car that you can just use that as a down payment, you're going to get $84,600 tomorrow. So you can do that. You would buy a house or houses. You would invest. You would not feel scared to play the stock market because every day you know that you're getting $84,600. So you would live it big. You wouldn't play it small. You wouldn't say, I don't have time for me. What you would do is probably lavish all of that $84,600 on yourself. Well, you do. You have 84,600 seconds every day. And why don't you use that time for big ticket items for yourself? Yep, you got to go to work. Got to pay those bills. Gotcha. But after work, what are you doing? When do you work on your dream? When do you work on you? You spend so much time making somebody else's dream come true. The job you're working on, that's somebody else's dream. That company was somebody's dream that one day I'm going to have a company that does A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And in that company, I'll have to have this person and that person and this person to do this, to do that, to do this. You're one of those people in his or her dreams that need to do this or that for their company, their dream to run. So what's your dream? And who have you put in place to help you run it, to fulfill your dream? And if you're sitting there looking at me like, wow, then realize tomorrow you're going to get 84,600 seconds. You can spend every last one of those seconds doing something for somebody else, or you can sit down and decide how much time in that day you're going to put on you because you deserve it. It is time for you to realize there is no one more important than you. Oh, well, what about my boyfriend? Or what about my children? Or what about, honey, if there's no you, it doesn't matter. It absolutely doesn't matter. If you're not happy, nobody's happy. Absolutely, because everybody around you will be able to feel the negativity of your unhappiness because you're not fulfilling your dreams and you're not taking care of you. So pretty soon people are going to start leaving you. They'll fall away. You'll wonder why so-and-so hasn't called you. And when you call, hey girl, hey, oh, can I give you a call back? I'm in the middle of doing something. She's not in the middle of doing anything. She's just not going to be around you. And if you think not taking time for yourself is not going to make you bitter, oh my God. Everybody knows someone who's bitter. Everybody knows someone who's negative. Ask them, why is it that you're so unhappy? And listen to them tell you. And you will leave there saying, this person has so many reasons to be thankful for life. And they spend so much time just being angry at the life that they don't have, that they never put any energy or time into having. Case in point, I know an older woman, she's growing old, her mental stability is leaving her. I go by and see her every now and then. I'm one of the few people that will have anything to do with her. Her children very rarely interact with her. And, you know, they live right here. You know, they'll call and see how she's doing. They won't stay on the phone long because they don't want to hear her complain. They'll go and drop her food because she's not able to go out or drive for herself. But I said to her one day, what is the reason why you complain? And her response was, I don't complain. I'm unhappy at the life that I have now because I could have had a different life. So I said, well, what is it that you could have done that has made you so unhappy? Well, I could have went to school, or I could have taken more time to learn technology. There's just so many things. My marriage wasn't a happy one. Well, why wasn't your marriage a happy one? Well, because of my husband. And she went into all of the things that was wrong with her husband. And I said, well, what was right with him? Oh, he was a good provider. So the only thing you can say is he brought money in the house, but everything else he was horrible about. So I listened to her intently and realized all she saw was the wrong. And there were only glimpses of the right. But because she had trained herself to live off of negativity, positivity was never able to live within her heart and her head. So my question to her is, okay, so we can't go back. What can you do forward? I can't do anything. I can barely walk. I can't get out of the house. And she went on and on and on. And my question was, how much time in your day do you spend doing this? And she says, what do you mean? I said, all day long. Are these your thoughts? Well, yeah. So not only does she have more than 2 hours a day because she's not working anymore, she has much more time to think about what can I do now that can make myself happy. But instead, she has allowed herself to be unhappy because she never took time for herself. When I listened to her story, it was about her kids, it was about her husband, it was about her job, it was about church, and never did she insert herself. I will give you this tip, love bugs. Insert yourself into your day. Schedule yourself to be with you. It will keep you from being bitter. It will keep your anxiety down. It will keep the depression away because you will be in a happy place. And yes, there will be times that you will schedule time for yourself and you'll be ranting and you'll be raving. And that's okay because you're going to hash it out. And then you'll look at, I really want to spend my time doing something more than hooping, hollering, and yelling. Because after a while, you're going to get used to having that time to yourself. You're going to demand that time for yourself. You're going to let people know, oh, no, I can't, because that's time that I'm going to have for me. Pretty soon, you won't have to tell people that. People will be saying, oh, okay, I can't call her at a certain time, because I'll tell you, my friend David, don't you call him past 8 o'clock. You can. You call him at 8:01 if you want to, but he's not answering that phone. Because at 8 o'clock, he shuts down totally. He works on his books because he's an author. He works on his website. He works on everything that has to do with him one day being self-sufficiently self-employed. So he really doesn't care what you have to say. I mean, if it's an emergency, and that would have to be something that he can participate in, because if I call him and say, hey, I'm really sick, I'm going to the hospital, he's not going to answer that phone. The reason why he's not going to answer the phone, because he lives in Queens, I live in Suffolk County, he can't come out here and take me to the hospital. So there's nothing he can do until I call him back and say, hey, I'm in the hospital, or only thing he can do is call back the next day to see how I'm doing. 8 o'clock, shut down. All of us that are friends know. You know, we're talking to somebody, oh yeah, let's call David and see if he, oh no, we can't call David. It's after 8 o'clock. We just have to go out without him and tell him how much fun we had. And we do. The next day we'll call early. Oh, we went to such and such, we're going to call you. But it was too late. He's like, oh, okay. You don't have a problem with it, because that's his time that he devotes to his dream. So I say to you, what time do you devote to you? Number one, buy a weekly planner. Well, really a monthly planner that has a weekly planner within. So you need two. I don't care if it's colorful, it's got the girl with the big afro on it, if it's got kittens, if it's got rainbows or sailboats. Purchase a monthly/weekly planner. Make it pocket size so you can carry it in your pocketbook, so you'll always have it with you. This will help you organize your time more effectively also. Oh, so-and-so's birthday party is Saturday the 9th from 2 to 5. Yes, I will be there. So now Saturday at 3 o'clock, oh my God, it's so-and-so's birthday. Let me get ready. No. Let's put our lives into a working perspective. Every day it is a working project. Got it? And you are part of this project, and you're going to add yourself into the schedule. So here it is. Let's say 6 o'clock every day, you're going to do whatever. And the only time you deviate from that is when you absolutely can't avoid it. So put yourself and schedule yourself into your day, because that's your 84,600 seconds, not anybody else's. And they're yours for you to enjoy. So next time, love bugs, I want y'all to hold up in the air. I got my planner, okay? And if you need some suggestions where to get a weekly or monthly planner, just hit me up in the comments or go to my email, which is determinedwomendestiny@gmail.com, or please, by all means, go to my website, send me a note, tell me how you like the website, and sign up for the newsletter. Until next week, smooches, hugs, kisses, and dabs. Love you.